Hey everybody, it is John the Comic Guy, and welcome to another record version of my show. Today, I am going to show you that I can get, I think, really great records for free. So all the records I'm going to show you today were through a trade. So now, the previous episode, and again, I'm not exactly sure when I actually posted the previous episode on the record collection that I acquired. Well, I posted that on Facebook. I let people know. I have about 70 record collectors that are on my ongoing text list, and I let them know, just like I do with comic books. Now, one person reached out and said that they wanted to come by and buy a stack of my classic rock and roll records that I got in yesterday's collection. She came over, and ironically enough, she goes, "Do you like metal?" So it ends out that she took a big stack of records, and in turn, she traded me the following records. Now, some of these I'm putting out in inventory, so I'm not going to show those. However, these are the ones that I'm planning to keep. So these are the records that are keepers. And again, these did not cost me a penny. These were, I think, a very fair trade. Right? She took a bigger stack than these, but these are records that I'm keeping for my own collection. Some I owned, some are actually upgrades. The first is the Yellow Jackets. I believe these are a jazz fusion band, and I'm looking forward to hearing that. I don't own any Yellow Jacket albums, but I'm looking forward to hearing how they sound. I must have heard in some of the smooth jazz or jazz stations some of their songs, and if I remember correctly, I like them, which again triggered me to keep this record as well. So a couple of Yellow Jacket records I'm keeping. The next is, I have heard some of his work, and I saw this that had an Obi on it, Kataro, and the album is Silver Cloud. I really am looking forward to hearing this. This is going to be, I guess, for one of those chill evenings for Krista and I, but I don't have a lot of records with these Obies on them, but, like in comic books, when they have an Obi, you keep them, and they're collectible. So, and from what I hear, Japanese pressings sound phenomenal. So again, I'm really looking forward. I would not have a reference point record to compare it with, but I'm really just looking forward to listening to this. The next is a band that I really did like when MTV first came out, and that's Adam and the Ants. And this is Viva La Rock. Viva La Rock. So I actually don't know what songs that I might have heard that are on this, but when Adam Ant came out, I remember that he had he has dual drummers. That song, Ant Music, it's just fantastic. So I hope this album is rocking, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm an Adam Ant fan, and I think this is gonna be great. Now in high school, what do high school kids talk about besides girls? Is who would be in the ultimate rock band? Clearly, Eddie Van Halen would have been my prime guitarist for the ultimate rock band. Neil Peart from Rush would have been the ultimate drummer. Maybe John Entwistle, possibly even Michael Anthony. Just a couple of bassists that we really like, John Paul Jones. Some clearly were great bassists. Now, who would have been the keyboard player? Again, would there have been a keyboard player on a hard rock band? I don't know. Maybe Eddie. But he was always in the running. Howard Jones, that man knows how to play. So I got this. I didn't ever own this one before, Action Replay. I don't know if this is a compilation or a best of or just a new album, but I didn't have it, and I'm looking forward to listening to it. But Howard Jones, man, he's got skills. Matter of fact, when I used to work at Old Service Merchandise in Wayne, New Jersey, I remember hearing the song, Howard Jones song, new song, and wow, that just kind of blew me away. Oh, Jeff Downs would have been in the running as well, right? Jeff Downs is a great keyboard player. The next Triumph Stages. I have a couple of Triumph albums. I don't have this one in particular. Hearing these guys live, these guys are another power trio, kind of like Rush, but I would say nothing compares to Rush. But Triumph is good, so I'm looking forward to hearing this record. Another Triumph record. This one is a Just a Game. I don't own this record yet. So this is new to me, and I don't know what songs are on here. But Triumph knows how to kick. The guy's voice gets pretty high. Hope that's great. This next record is totally new. I heard of this band, never owned a record from them. As you know, I like metal. I'm believing this is a thrash metal record, but the cover is great. Boy, if we do another comic book record comparison and artwork, this is going to be right there among the best. But Grim Reaper, See You in Hell. Okay, so thanks, gentlemen. I will check out your music. This is probably a speed metal. Probably not going to be listening to this for one of those romantic nights with Krista, but I don't know. The cover is great. Yeah, it's looks like it's going to be a pretty hard music. Okay, talking about power trios. This is an upgrade for me. I already own a copy, but this is a nicer copy. This is probably a VG plus. I don't want it. It's not going to approach near mint. The side has a little color wear to it, but I love it. I'm going to listen to this. Permanent Waves, Spirit of Radio. This is that was a song that really kind of crossed me over into Rush. Right. I'm not as much of a prog rock guy. Ernie, on the other hand, was big into prog rock. I always kind of like more commercial, more popish stuff, but of course we all know Spirit of the Radio was a song that kind of pulled everybody through. So I'm glad to own a better copy of this. Matter of fact, I think the copy I previously had didn't even have a cover. I had to kind of print out a cover, so I'm selling that, and I'm going to keep this. Another Rush album, Signals. Again, this is an upgrade. Love this. Subdivisions, just the whole sound, the beginning with the strong keyboards. I enjoyed this, and I have this album. I'm keeping multiple copies of it, but this is in better shape. This is a Rush album I never had before. I know it's legendary, right? It's legendary. Hemispheres, right? I always love the stories that the band was like so emotionally exhausted after they recorded this because it was so challenging, so technically challenging. So I'm looking forward to listening to the vinyl version of this. I've streamed it before, but I never had it. I've never, ever in 58 years owned a Rush Hemispheres album. Ernie has it. I know he loves Rush. It's his favorite band. He probably saw them like 40, 50 times, but I only saw him a couple of times, and I'm looking forward to giving Hemispheres a spin. Boy, when it didn't have the red vinyl either. I've seen a couple of red vinyl copies. I wish. Now, the three albums I'm most excited about as a part of this trade. This goes to the harder side, but white vinyl Dio. This is a limited edition white vinyl 12-inch that contains We Rock and The Last in Line. I can't wait to start listening to this. And I always like these 12-inch vinyl albums that just have a song aside or a song aside. The fidelity seems magnificent. So I love Dio. And in fact, I would go as far as to say, hey, Dio and Rob Halford are like my favorite metal singers. Just magnificent. Dio. Speaking of Dio, Sacred Heart. I didn't have any of these Dio records. And a matter of fact, I would go as far as to say I don't think I've ever owned a Dio record. I have all of his stuff from Black Sabbath, and I love it. I love the Dio Black Sabbath. I'm so glad to own this. And last but not least, another Dio. Dio! And before I even show you this last one, let me just, I'll tell you, when I was in San Antonio for business, my buddy called me, and I think I might have mentioned this in a different episode, but I'll go quick. He called me the minute my plane landed. I get a call from him, and he goes, "John, guess who's in our hotel?" And it's like, tell me. He goes, "It's Dio." So the minute now I'm checking in, or I'm going to the check-in area in the San Antonio, Texas hotel. And then I see him in a lower section. This was a ginormous hotel. And I couldn't help it. You know, this is a professional environment, but I couldn't help myself. I go, "Dio!" He turned around, gave me that symbol. It's like, what a cool guy. He was such a small and frame guy. But, you know, from what I hear, he was a very, very kind man, happily married, and boy, what a set of pipes on him. So the last record that I'm going to share today is from Dio. And it's the last in line. I can't wait to start cranking these. I'm going to listen to these on my Sarwin Vegas speakers. And, you know, Dio really is he's really the ultimate heavy metal singer for me. I just love him. So anyway, thank you. If you're a comic fan and you're sticking with me while I'm going through these records that I just got through trades today, I want to thank you so much. If you're a record collector and you like what I picked up, again, I didn't pay a penny for these. I've done comic episodes to show when I didn't pay a penny for my comics. You got to love these records that I didn't pay a penny for the records. Sound off. Please make comments. Let me know what you think. If you can, hit the subscribe button. And I really appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. From a house